Jason and the Quest for the Golden Fleece. The Call to Adventure, Jason and the Argonauts. Jason was the son of Aeson, the rightful king of Iolcus, but his uncle Peleus had taken the throne by force. When Jason grew up, he returned to claim his rightful place as king. However, Peleus, fearing a prophecy that he would be overthrown by a man wearing one sandal, which Jason was when he arrived, devised a cunning plan. He promised to return the throne to Jason, but only if he could retrieve the Golden Fleece from Colchis, a task considered impossible. Determined, Jason gathered a team of the greatest Greek heroes, who became known as the Argonauts because they sailed on a ship called the Argo. The crew included famous figures such as Herakles, Hercules, the strongest man in the world; Orpheus, the legendary musician; Castor and Pollux, the Dioscuri, twin warriors and sons of Zeus; Atalanta, the swift-footed huntress in some versions; Meleager, Peleus, father of Achilles, and many others. The Argo, their ship, was a magical vessel built by Argus under the guidance of the goddess Athena, and it even had a talking beam that could prophesy. Heracles joins the Argonauts. Among all the heroes, Heracles was the most famous. By the time of the Argonauts' journey, he had already completed some of his 12 labors, including slaying the Nemean lion and defeating the Lernaean Hydra. His presence filled the crew with confidence, as they believed no challenge would be too great with the son of Zeus among them. Heracles brought along his young companion and squire, Hylas, a beautiful youth whom he had grown very fond of. The two were inseparable, and Hylas served Heracles on the journey. The Argonauts' journey. The journey to Colchis was long and filled with perils. The Argonauts had to pass many tests and trials along the way. Some key events included the Isle of Lemnos. The Argonauts landed on this island, which was inhabited only by women who had killed their unfaithful husbands. The women welcomed the Argonauts warmly, and Jason even had a son with Hypsipyle, the queen of Lemnos. However, Heracles scolded his companions, reminding them that they had a mission and should not be distracted. The battle with the Bebryces. The Argonauts encountered a warrior tribe called the Bebryces, ruled by King Amycus, who forced all visitors to fight him in a boxing match. The Argonaut Polydeuces, Pollux, fought and defeated Amycus, allowing the Argonauts to move forward. The Symplegades, Clashing Rocks. They reached the deadly Clashing Rocks, which crushed any ship that tried to pass. With Athena's help and the advice of the seer Phineus, they sent a dove through the rocks first. When the dove made it through, though its tail was clipped, they rowed with all their might and barely escaped. The land of the Mariandini. It was here that Heracles faced his fate with the Argonauts. The tragedy of Hylas. Heracles leaves the quest. As the Argonauts stopped at the land of Ceos, or Mysia, Hylas went to fetch water from a nearby spring. However, the nymphs of the water were so enchanted by his beauty that they lured him into the water and pulled him under, never letting him go. When Heracles noticed Hylas was missing, he became frantic. He searched the entire island, calling out for his young companion, but Hylas never returned. The love and devotion Heracles had for Hylas were so deep that he refused to leave without him. Meanwhile, the Argonauts, unaware of what had happened, set sail without Heracles. In some versions, Hera or Zeus influenced events so that Heracles would not reach Colchis, as he was destined for other great labors. Thus, Heracles' journey with the Argonauts ended prematurely. He remained behind, searching for Hylas in grief and despair, while the Argonauts continued without him. The aftermath. Though Heracles did not complete the journey with the Argonauts, his absence did not mean the adventure was over. Jason and the Argonauts eventually reached Colchis, where King Aeetes gave Jason a series of impossible tasks, including yoking fire-breathing bulls and sewing dragons' teeth that sprouted into warriors. With the help of Medea, the king's daughter, who fell in love with Jason, the Argonauts stole the Golden Fleece and escaped. Jason's story, however, would later turn tragic, as his betrayal of Medea led to her vengeful wrath. As for Heracles, he continued his legendary 12 labors, including capturing the Erymanthian boar, cleaning the Augean stables, and capturing the three-headed Cerberus from the underworld. The meaning of the story. The story of Heracles and the Argonauts teaches several important lessons. Even the strongest of heroes cannot be everywhere or do everything. Fate and the gods' will play a significant role in the lives of heroes. Love and loyalty. Heracles' devotion to Hylas can be stronger than any quest or treasure. The Argonauts' journey was about teamwork, and though Heracles was a mighty warrior, his fate lay elsewhere. This myth remains one of the greatest adventure stories of Greek mythology, showcasing bravery, loss, and destiny.